Hey everybody, welcome back to Island Time Adventures. I'm Holly,
I'm Sean.
and we are a married couple living in Tampa, Florida, and we're documenting our move abroad journey, specifically our move to Thailand. That's happening in either late May, early June. We're overwhelmed with the amount of support, comments, questions, views on this video, on our first video that was shot 13 days ago. So far, 558 of you guys have watched the video about our move, our decision, why we're moving to Thailand, and 72 of you guys that have subscribed to our channel. And it's just amazing to know how many people are interested in this topic of moving abroad. And we really appreciate all the support and all the questions that you guys have asked us online and in person. And we promise that we will do our best to answer those questions either in this video or the upcoming videos.
Hey, Holly. Holy wow. My wife and I just watched your moving to Thailand video, and I feel like I'm going to cry. I think my wife is about to meditate. She felt emotions coming up too. You guys were speaking our language, and we literally just came from the chiropractor, and in the 30-minute drive from the chiropractor to home, we've already considered what it would look like for us to drop all this BS and bounce. I just want to say thank you so much from my bones, from the deepest part of my core, for having the courage to do that. Because my wife and I, we are definitely on the same page. God bless.
So just to give you guys an update on what we've been doing since we posted our last video 13 days ago, we have been super busy. Yesterday we just returned from a week-long trip to California, where the purpose of this trip was to visit Sean's mom, who we hadn't seen in a few years. So this morning we're packing for our trip to California. We're going out to California to see Sean's mom, who we haven't seen in several years. So we're excited about that. And while we're packing for California, we've also kind of come up with an idea. Well, Sean came up with this idea, and I think it's great, that we're going to start packing for Thailand. And we're only going to we're going to take the clothes out of our closet that we know are going to go to Thailand. We're going to pack them now. And then everything that is not going to Thailand, like all the clothes that are left in our closet, those are the clothes to sell and donate. I thought that was a great idea, because we can pack ahead of time, and all of that is not coming. Only probably an eighth of that is coming, if that, to Thailand. We've really downsized slowly over the last couple of years and minimized. I mean, this is very lean. I used to have like 80 pairs of shoes and all kinds of handbags. So this is really lean for us. Sean didn't even used to have this top of the closet that you see over here. I used to have all my shoes over there and all my clothes over there as well. So over the last 2 years, we've just slowly been getting rid of stuff, making it lighter in here so that we can move abroad.
Yeah, due with COVID and everything, and also being all the way over here on the East Coast, it's not like it's a trip we just get to do all the time. I thought it was important to see my mother and for her to see her grandson and daughter-in-law, and it was fun. It was a trip that was needed. And
while the sole purpose of the trip was to visit Sean's mom, we just continued to receive confirmation that we're on the right path, which, we know in our hearts that this is what we're supposed to do. But it's really amazing how the universe shows up and sends people your way that give you confirmation. Shout out to the Millers, a couple that we met in Pismo Beach. We're staying at this adorable little inn in Pismo Beach and met this couple our first night there, who somehow in conversation in the hot tub, we were explaining to them why we were in California and how the purpose of our trip was to spend time with family that we probably won't see before we go to Thailand. And this couple is just like, hey, we went to Thailand and we stayed for an extended period of time before we had kids, and we always wanted to move back. We're like, Thailand? Really? And it was just so amazing that this couple was so energized and inspired by our story that they went and watched our YouTube video that same night, came back to the hot tub to tell us how our video inspired them. And then the next morning when we spoke to them, the wheel was already turning for them. Like, hey, maybe this desire that we had to move to Thailand, like it's back, and maybe we should do something about it. Or how could we do something about this desire to move to Thailand that we've had all these years? So shout out to the Millers. We wish you success on your journey, wherever it takes you, and just really appreciate that we were able to connect with you guys. We also had the opportunity to meet up with a couple whom we follow on Facebook. A beautiful, beautiful couple from Folsom who took the time out of their week to drive to Fresno and meet us in person because they were so inspired by what we were doing. Now that we're back and rested up, we spent yesterday at the beach and we spent all day today sleeping when we weren't working. I am still working with clients in person, so when I wasn't doing that, we were sleeping, but now that we're all rested up, we're going to talk to you a little bit about what we plan to do with the rest of our week.
And this week is home improvement projects. I have quite a few things that has to be replaced and fixed and just get this place tidied up. I started doing the floors upstairs, replacing the floors, and I did the bathroom recently. I had tiles that needed to come up and I replaced them to match the flooring in the rest of the house. So now that that's complete, I'm now working on the closets and some of the baseboard and such. And after that, then it's replacing the door and then also adding security cameras for the front and the back exterior of the house.
So the reason why we're replacing our front door is the door that we have right now is really old, and we want to put a new door on so that we can put a keypad on the door. That way we can remotely control the door and the codes to it. We also have this feature on a property that we own in Missouri. We own a house that we rent out short-term on Airbnb in Missouri, and there are a few things that you have to have in place when you're running a property, managing a property from out of state, and one is a keypad, so that way you can let people in as you need to and change the code, change access to the code as you need to. Someone had asked us in the comments last week if we were planning to use a property manager when we move abroad, and the answer to that right now is no. And the reason why is because I already successfully manage our property in Missouri with very little help. We don't have a property manager in Missouri. I'm the property manager. We have an excellent cleaner, and luckily we have my parents who live close by if like an emergency were to happen, and we also have contacts for maintenance people that can come by, like plumbers and electricians, but I do manage that property. And we have an LLC for property management. So one of our long-term goals is to continue managing that property and to also manage other short-term rentals for owners who want to rent out their house but don't want to deal with the day-to-day management issues that do come up. So yes, I will be managing the property. Another thing that you guys wanted to know about was, what are our plans for schooling Sonni when we move abroad? So right now, Sonni is finishing up his first grade in public school here in Florida. Our plan is to continue his Florida education through Florida Virtual. So about 2 weeks ago, I went online and started checking out Florida Virtual and realized that they have something called Florida Flex. And with Florida Flex, your child can go to school in person, at their regular school, and in their free time, take an extra class or two on Florida Flex. So to get Sonni used to the platform and to see if it was really for us, I went ahead and enrolled him in Florida Flex. What's really cool about this is I was able to get him started in the middle of the school year. So just last week, while we were traveling to California, Sonni started computer science and Spanish class. And it's really neat. Sonni loves to do anything that's on the computer, so he's really enjoying this. It's user-friendly. It does require a little bit of parent involvement, but it wasn't to the point where he couldn't do anything unless I was sitting right there next to him. But he started those 2 classes, completed both of his modules already, and now we're on week 2. So we can keep you guys informed about how that's going for us. But so far, that is the plan, that he'll do Florida Flex for the rest of the year, along with, his regular public school curriculum. And then when enrollment comes for Florida Virtual in June, we'll enroll him in Florida Virtual, and he will do that from abroad. What's really cool is that you can live in any state or anywhere in the world and enroll your child in Florida Virtual. You don't have to be a Florida resident. However, you will have to pay tuition if you don't live in Florida, if you're not a Florida resident. Some of you guys had mentioned to me that a lot of the content you're seeing about moving to Thailand or Southeast Asia is coming from old crusty men who are going over to Thailand trying to find a wife, aka sex pats. So that this is refreshing to you guys to see a couple that's doing this together. And we tend to agree. It's not there's not an abundance of videos out with married couples moving together and making this decision as a family. So I wanted to invite you guys to take a look at a video I was featured in yesterday. We had a wonderful conversation over on Miss Tracy Collins' YouTube channel. I will link the episode below in the description, and check it out. There's 4 of us women who are booed up, married and moving abroad, and we're talking about things from a couple's perspective, a wife's perspective. What are some of the unique things that we're thinking about, and why we feel it's so important right now to move abroad, and what it means when Black women have made a decision in mass, and Black men have made a decision in mass to exit the United States. So check out that conversation. Like I said, I'll link that below in the description. And we just want to say we thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts for being here, being a part of the conversation, sending all kinds of love and positive energy our way about this move. And we hope that you guys stick around.